Welcome to QuickBites, public speaking tips and techniques you can digest in 5 minutes or less. Here's your host, Peter George.
When you speak in front of others, which signal are you sending to your listeners? That you're confident or that you're not? This matters because when people don't have confidence in you, they likely don't have confidence in the information you're sharing. So how are you going to demonstrate confidence, especially when you lack it? One way is through your stance. Before we get into how you can demonstrate confidence through your stance, let's take a look at some of the things you don't want to do. Some of the things that send the wrong signals. When people are nervous, they tend to make themselves smaller. This includes pulling their shoulders to the front and inward, bending over slightly, and bringing their legs together. Think making yourself a smaller target. It doesn't exude confidence, does it? Another confidence-crushing stance is standing relatively straight, but crossing your legs at the ankle. When we get very nervous, our brains encourage us to protect our vital organs, and being very nervous is the message that this stance sends. Perhaps the most common ineffective stance is standing on one hip. When I ask people why they're standing that way, they often respond by saying, "It's comfortable." I know they honestly believe that, but how do we know that this belief isn't necessarily accurate? Right. In 30 seconds, they switch to the other hip. Those are 3 ways you don't want to stand. Now let's discuss how you want to stand so you can demonstrate confidence. And if you can, stand up now and give this a try. First, place your feet about hip-width apart, weight centered. Fantastic. However, don't lock your knees into place. You want them to be flexible, letting your entire body relax. Now imagine a string is attached to the top of your head, pulling you up slightly. This aligns your body vertically. Remember, it's slightly pulling you up. You don't want to make your body rigid. Keep it relaxed and flexible. As a result, your shoulders square off a bit and your chest opens. Not only is this a confident look, but it also helps you breathe more deeply and slowly. This in turn helps calm you. And when you're calmer, you have more confidence. And when you're more confident, you exude that confidence. Now that you know why you want to learn to have a confident stance, you must practice it. And if the only time you practice it is when you're speaking, it won't become second nature. Here are a few times outside of speaking where you can get used to standing this way. The first one is when pumping gas into your car. Take a look at everybody else. They'll either be on one hip or leaning against their cars. You can tell they want to be anywhere else but there. You, however, can stand with feet hip-width apart and your weight centered. If you live in New Jersey, Oregon, or another area that prohibits you from pumping your own gas, stand this way each time you're at the register in the supermarket. Similar times include at the pharmacy, bank teller's window, or at the registers in retail stores. Now that you know why, how, and where to practice, use your stance to convey confidence. You'll be able to see from where you're standing that your audience has more confidence in you and in what you're saying.
Thank you for devouring another episode of QuickBites. Tune in Monday when you'll hear another episode of Public Speaking with Peter George, and again Thursday for your next episode of QuickBites. Until then, remember, when it comes to speaking in public, you've got this.